Do you know who I am? I'm Karen Stacy. I have my own talk show. You can come to my talk show anytime. We have Coffee Talk with Karen every weekday at 11 a.m. And we have Real Talk with Karen Stacy every Tuesday at 8 p.m. It's not your mama's talk show. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. And let's have some fun, baby. You can find us on all social media platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Periscope, and on MiamiMikeRadio.com. Testing. Is this mic working? You better believe it is. I'll see you guys soon. Good morning. I was giving everybody time to get here. Share out the video. Good morning. How are you? Welcome to Coffee Talk with Karen. I am your host, Karen Stacy, the one and only. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Friday. I'm trying to get the lighting. Do I have the Joan Collins lighting going? How much do I look like? I'm like 49.9999. I'm going to be 49.9995 next Saturday. Good morning, everybody. Let me see who's here. First of all, thank you for tuning in to Coffee Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on Facebook on the Karen Stacy page, which you need to hit that thumbs up button and turn your notifications on so you know when we're live. You need to join the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. And then, of course, you need to subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. Go to search Real Talk Karen Stacy. Again, I want to remind you guys that I did start a new page, a group, rather. It's the Karen Stacy group. And that is for all of us that have something to promote, whether you have a small business, shows, whatever. That is where you can post your things. I'm all about helping others and supporting one another. Unfortunately, my page started to look like an advertisement as opposed to what my page is supposed to look like. So I appreciate, because everybody shares out the videos, everybody tags their friends, and I greatly appreciate that. So I needed you guys to have a place to be able to do that in conjunction with me. So please, if you haven't done so, go to the Karen Stacy group, join the group, and if you have anything you want to share, please share it there. So good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. We made it. Skycap, the first one on. My Alyssa, good morning, honey. Simi in Germany. I'm so happy that the time changed for us so that we can see you. Good morning, Eunice. How are you? Yes, TGIF. Captain TGIF. John Taglia, good morning. There's my Stacy. Good morning, honey. How are you? Yes, and I saw your post yesterday. Yes, of course, I know Derek. We've tried to hook up, but he's too busy for us little people. Thank you. You like my ponytail, Eunice? I went great today. Well, this is the only way I'm doing that shit. Good morning, Susie Q. How are you? Tony. Hi, Tony. Nick, good morning, honey. How are you? Joe Q. Got my hoodie. Awesome. Sexy gray, nice purple dress. Oh, I don't have a purple dress. I got blue on today. I'm not repping today. I just have regular clothes on today. Oh, I'm so glad you got the hoodie. Great. I hope, and the little gift that I sent you as well, right? I hope you take a picture and represent. Eunice, thank you so much for tagging everybody. Georgie, happy Friday. Rita, good morning, sunshine. Jennifer Jones, good morning. Coffee in hand. Let's get talking. All right. Yes, let's get talking. I drank my coffee already. So today is Friday. So what I try to do, my little routine, it looks purple in the mask. Yeah. No, this, what? This? No, this is blue. I'm blue, boo, 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 boo. I'm a Smurf today. So Fridays, I wake myself up in the morning early and I do my workout Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I give myself Friday where I get up, but I don't have to rush. So I could sit on the couch with my puppy and I can, hang out, with her for a little bit and then drink my coffee and then, come to you guys. So that's like, it's like my half a day off. And then on Saturdays, I really don't want to function at all. It's like pajama day, as to the best of my abilities. But so I forced myself to actually shower and get ready today, just for you. But I was running behind. I don't know why. I had all this time, and yet I'm like, oh shit, it's 10:50. I better hurry up. But I made it. I started on time. I got here. So yeah, so I had a little bit of an easier morning, except for the fact that I was late getting into my studio, which makes no sense. But that's what happens when you have a routine and you don't stay true to your routine, or it's Monday, it can be complicated, but what are you going to do? All right, let me see. I see some of you guys are here. Stacy, I'm glad you're doing great. Ray, my bitch is here. What's up, Ray? Where you been? Giselle, good morning, sweetheart. How are you? Giselle is going to be on the show with me Tuesday for Real Talk. So make sure you tune in for that. Giselle is a single mama, and we're going to talk about some single mama stuff. And Giselle is also playing on New York Ties when the series starts filming. So we're all part of the circle. So she's coming on and we're going to have some fun. Diana, how are you? Good morning. Andy, good morning. Somebody is saying good morning, sunshine. I do not see your name, but good morning. Do me a favor, you guys. Numbers are looking a little meh. So could you share out the video for me? I don't see either one of my moderators on this morning, so I need your help. Can somebody tag Queen Gina, Marie, any of my regulars? Good morning, Monica. Any of my regulars on here, if you don't see your friends, can you please start tagging them up? Good morning. Happy Friday. I thought yesterday was Friday. I hear you, Gina. It's crazy, right? I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it is Friday today. And the weather is going to be menza here. It was gorgeous yesterday, but unfortunately tomorrow it's supposed to be and then Sunday. So it is what it is. My Mr. GQ in the building. Good morning, Raphael, sweetheart. How are you? So yeah, share this out, you guys. Share it, share it, share it. Share it to your favorite group. Share it to people you don't like. I don't give a shit. Just share it out. So I've been kind of going in hard this week, right? Thank you, Alyssa. Yeah, I don't have any mods on here, so I don't know if you can help out with that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe Tamara, we can get Tamara on here. Maybe she can help us out as well. April, I don't know. I think April's working. That's the problem. But anyway, I've been going in kind of hard this week, like as I always do, right straight. But so, this is like, I'm always the person that's saying the stuff that you don't really want to hear and that most people don't talk about. I don't know if you ever met me before, but do you know who I am? I'm Karen Stacy. I have my own talk show. And guess what? I say the things that need to be said. And whether or not people want to hear it is a whole other story. But I posted, and you guys are freaking funny. I posted something and it said, are your affairs in order? And of course, some of you crazy people had, interesting things to say about that. So let me put this on here. And this is a serious a serious topic, you guys. I mean, of course, we can mess around, but it is a serious topic. And it is actually something that, is very near. All right, I hit the wrong thing. I hit LOL. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, here we go. So this is something, yeah, Monica, Miss Ball Breaker over there. So let me just see who else. Oh, thank you, Jennifer Jones, for tagging in. Yeah, where is Rosie? Get her over here. So I told you guys that, I keep hearing, not such great news, right? From people. And, okay, so what do I mean when I say, are your affairs in order? Okay, and I don't mean like you're cheating on your, your whatever, right? I don't mean that kind of an affair, okay? Because I don't know if we could talk about that. I mean, I don't know because I don't have affairs, so I would never know how to keep my affairs in order because I am so transparent. Like, I'm not a player like that. Like some people could play it, right? I'm not a player. I mean, I know how to, manipulate situations to my advantage. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not a player like that. Like, everything is written on my face. So and I really do believe, and this is my own personal opinion. It's hard because sometimes when it comes to affairs, right? You can get yourself in a situation you didn't mean to get yourself into, right? So I don't know. I'm just a type that I feel like if you're having an affair with, let's say, a married person, I think you're going to get struck by lightning or something. I always said that. There are extenuating circumstances if they're in an open marriage or whatever. But, I just believe in karma and, it happens. So let's get back to the other thing. We can talk about this afterwards because I see you guys are indeed responding here. So what I mean by this, you guys, and all kidding aside right now, I can't really lighten this up. So I'm going to just say it like it is. So obviously you guys know that at 44 years old, I instantly became a widow. My husband was not sick. He literally just dropped dead from a heart attack right in front of us. Okay. So a lot of people, sadly get that diagnosis and now they got to get their affairs in order. And sometimes, depending on what it is that is going to be taking your life for, sounds horrible, but, some people are able to get their affairs in order. And some people can't because it might happen so quickly. God willing, they have someone that can help them do that, right? So my husband, he had certain things, work, the things at work he had in order. But a lot of things, and my husband dealt with all the finances. And, you guys know that I'm a neurotic, lunatic. So he would do certain things and not really tell me about it because, he was doing what he was doing and he knew what he was doing. And he knew that if I knew what he was doing, that I would be breaking his balls about it because I wouldn't understand why he was doing it. So anyway, he didn't even have life insurance. He had, I don't know, like a really ridiculous life insurance policy that I think was like a union thing. So he never got additional because, again, he was young. So I don't think he was thinking that far ahead. We had a young child, and I don't think he was thinking that far ahead, because he would have been the type that would have put money into a life insurance thing. But, I think because we were young, he wasn't thinking properly. The stuff at his job, he had the next of kin, he had all of that stuff correct, but there was a lot of other stuff that was not correct or in order. And I was blessed to have one of my close friends, and she took over and went through every piece of paperwork and everything, and she was able to get a lot of things in line. But I will tell you that it is 7 years later, and I am still dealing with certain things that I was not aware of, and they are major. So, it is very important to have your affairs in order, and it doesn't matter how old you are. I would say, especially if you have children, if you have a home, if you have children, it is very important to have your affairs in order, because unfortunately, when you have to do things, when you are like under the gun, like under pressure like that, it ain't easy to do because you're not thinking clearly. If you were just told, God forbid, that you have cancer and it's spread like wildfire, how the hell are you going to concentrate on getting your affairs in order when you now need to start fighting for your life? So you're never too young to get your affairs in order. If you have the ability to purchase life insurance, you should, because dying is expensive. You're looking at anywhere from 7 to 10 grand, depending, of course, if you're actually going to, pay your respects to the person. Whether they're being cremated or if they need a plot, that's more money. So people don't realize it. And all of a sudden, this person dies. And now, I know for myself, my husband was the breadwinner. He died and it was like, okay, we have to have a service. And I go, okay, I don't even know where my next dollar is coming from. And now I'm supposed to come up with how much money to pay for this. How do I do this? So it's very important. And after he, unfortunately, before my husband died, we were already trying to get things in line because my mom was diagnosed with dementia. And we had to, get all the legalities so that, when she was unable to make decisions any longer, we were able to make those decisions for her, next of kin, all of those fun things that come along. So luckily luckily we had people in place. And I think one of the lawyers took pity on me, and she helped me put together a will, so that, I have a son. There's no father now. So what happens if, God forbid, anything happens to me? Where does my son go? So if you don't have that in writing, God only knows where he may end up, right? So very important to put these things in line. And I understand that maybe a lot of you are like going, I ain't fucking listening to this shit. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm drinking my coffee. I can't deal with this. And you know what? I understand that. And there's a lot of things in life that we don't want to deal with. But I am here, sitting here right now as a product of not having affairs in order. And it has been very detrimental to me. So I feel that not that my job, but maybe, I'm here to try to help so that whatever I've been through can help you not go through it. And I remember when I was doing my, cutting my clients' hair, I have a lot of men. And, you know, I said, do you have life insurance? And they all looked at me like, no. And we were all, you know, in the same age, maybe they were a little bit younger than me. And I said, well, you know what? You got to do that. Because I will tell you that if my husband had taken out like a real life insurance policy, I would be in a much different situation right now. So, you know, if you are able to do that, it's definitely something I suggest. If you have children, you have to put it in writing what happens to your children. And it's a morbid thing, believe me. The last thing I wanted to think about was, you know, my son losing his father and his mother. But guess what? The reality is we don't know what tomorrow brings, right? Tomorrow isn't promised. So I had to do it. So please, I have been getting, you know, like I said, I talk to a lot of people. I know someone that just got, you know, some very bad news, and their first words were, I have to get my affairs in order. I can't think about treatment or anything until I know that my children are going to be okay and that my affairs are in order. So it gave me the, I don't want to say idea, but I think this is a topic that we need to talk about. So again, I know it sucks, but too fucking bad. You know, a lot of things in life suck and we still got to do them. So I am greatly encouraging you to get your affairs in order. And you know what? That's a unanimous thing, because if you are having affairs, make sure your affairs are in order, because God forbid you end up in the hospital and now you got like, you know, and you're, let's say you're a guy and you got 3 women in there, they're pulling the plug. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you got all your affairs in order. So thank you guys for tuning in to Coffee Talk with Karen. I'm Karen Stacy. I have my own talk show. And we are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on the Karen Stacy page. Please hit that thumbs up button. Turn on your notifications. Don't forget to join the Real Talk Coffee Talk group and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. Search Real Talk Karen Stacy. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It is Friday. And yeah, I'm talking about some really fucking deep shit right now. No, I mean, it is what it is. I'm going in deep all week all week. I'm going in deep. If I was a guy, this would really sound different, right? But I'm going in deep. So I'm going to jump on here. First of all, please help me share out the video. Maybe there are people that need to hear this as well. I realize that these things are probably not easy to hear, but necessary to hear. I got schmutz on my glasses and there's like a line there and it's annoying the crap out of me. Okay, so let me see. So Skycap said, yes, except for like burial plans, retirement, because you know, not that old yet. But see, there you go. You are that old, because none of us are going to, we're all, you know, none of us are getting out of this alive. So you are that old, and maybe burial doesn't need to be, but you need to get your affairs in order 100%. Okay, so Stacy said, just getting my affairs in order, just in case it's my time. Yeah, you know, and again, like I said, I'm not trying to be, you know, like Debbie Downer, but you know, it's important, you guys. I don't know what your situations are. Let me see. I'm planning to have at least $750K in my 401k when I retire, so I don't have to eat out of garbage cans, have plenty of life insurance. Well, you know what? Good for you, Rita, for planning ahead like that. Unfortunately, I think a lot of that also has to do with your upbringing. You know, my parents really were not that way. So I never really learned how to do that stuff. Like my girlfriend that I was telling you about that actually, you know, went through all of the paperwork for me and kind of, you know, stepped in and did everything. You know, she thinks that way, and she has all of those ducks in a row. I think the other thing is that for me personally, like, you know, I never, being in the industry, being in the business, you don't get 401ks, you don't even get insurance. I mean, you're kind of an independent contractor in this business. So as far as like, I wasn't raised like, okay, you need to have a 401k, you need to have this, you need to have that, you need to save. And it was funny because, actually when I was, I don't know, probably in my 20s, no, actually, I'm sorry, I was older. I was in my 30s, and my grandmother passed, and my parents, inherited whatever. And I spoke to a friend, one of my clients, and I said, look, you better advise them, because if they end up living in my house with me, I will find you and I will kill you. So, I mean, honestly, it's not even, 20 years of trying to get somebody to teach you what to do. And I'm not good with numbers at all. Okay. Like at all. So, I never did the books or anything. My husband did all that stuff because he was the numbers guy. I was the talent and he was the brains, right? Which is great when you have somebody to offset you like that. But when you don't have somebody to offset you and you have no fucking idea what you're doing, it isn't good. So I don't know how to advise you because I'm still trying to figure it out. But there are people out there, and now you can do so many things online in the sense of research, and it doesn't cost as much, because if you do it, I guess, online, it's a different type of a lawyer fee and stuff like that. Because let me tell you something, these lawyers ain't freaking cheap. And they even charge you for emails. I mean, they're making $400 an hour, and that is put towards emails. They charge you for an email. Are you kidding me right now? If I charged people for all the messages that I got, I'd be a quadrillionaire right now. So it's crazy. But good for you, Rita, that you are able to do that. Hey, Tamara, honey, how are you? We were calling on you. I don't think I have any moderators on today. So if you could help us, it would be greatly appreciated. Ray, I got hit by lightning 5 times. I think I learned my lesson. Oh boy. I don't know if you're being serious or not. Worth more dead or alive. Yes, I've heard that a number of times, except that that's not actually true. Maybe theoretically, certainly not, actually, but not always the case, because, I think my husband thought the same thing. And, once it all took place, that wasn't indeed the case, right? But let me just start by saying, like, he was no slouch. He did, he had his affairs in order at work with the things he needed to, but there were just a lot of things that were and still are upside down. Rita, good morning, Rita P. Skycap, okay, I'm changing my answer to no. I'm less convinced now than I was 60 seconds ago. Yeah, they're not in order. If you don't have those things, they're not in order. Jennifer, LegalZoom, get your will done super cheap and easy. Get it notarized and signed by 2 witnesses. There you go. So that's what I was saying, right, Jennifer, is that now we have these things that are, much more accessible, right? So that we are able to, get our affairs in order. So even if it's not anything perfect, I mean, even, Jesus Christ, I have it's sad, right? I have nobody in my world really. So when it was the medical proxy, my medical proxy is my father, who's older than me, right? And then the next would be, I guess, and my in-laws, who are again older than me. So I'm like, what do I do if something happens to me? So actually, one of my dearest friends is my medical proxy. That's how sad my life is. Because I know that, she would, she would do what I would want her to do. So yeah, it's crazy. And you know what? You can always change it. So, if I eventually, or when I eventually, meet the man of my dreams yet again, or Elmer J. Fudd, whoever comes first, I will change my will, and God willing, that person will have my best interest, at heart. So you can always change it, guys, but at least have something in writing. Even if you don't know everything, and I'm not a lawyer, and I do not play one on TV. A doctor, yes. A lawyer, no. So, whatever it is that you need to do, make sure that certain things are in line. The other thing that I learned is also, even with the finances, if you have children and you don't have it pointing directly to them in a legal standpoint, they have to go through a lot to get that money. So and again, I'm not a lawyer. And when this all was done, when I did all this, I didn't even know my own name. I just remember knowing that she said to me, don't worry, whatever you have will go, there's no red tape. Your son will be taken care of. So I was like, okay, and so I don't know the logistics of it. So don't quote me on it. All I'm saying to you guys is that you can do it, and you can always make changes, okay? But you want to at least have something there, especially if you have children. You must put things in place for them. Think about the fact that they're going to, God forbid, lose a parent, and then they have to figure out how the hell to live, okay? So that's too much on them. You have to get your affairs in order. And again, or if you are married, I can tell you from personal experience that when you lose your other half, you don't know how to breathe any longer. So when you have to go through red tape and calls and this and that, forget it, you can't do it. I had to call up and find out about something. It's been 7 years. I couldn't remember what happened with it. And my girlfriend that took care of things for me said, call them and find out. I called them. I go, I feel like an absolute idiot right now. And I started to cry on the phone. I go, I don't even know what happened with this. And she was like, please don't cry. She goes, you would be amazed at how many times we get these type of phone calls. So I was like, okay, thank you. Because you feel like a jerk. Okay, it's 7 years later. Oh my God, I just realized this. Yeah, that's how it goes. And so, there are some good people out there that will, hold your hand a little bit and not make you feel like a jerk. And then there are other people that, I remember when it all happened, and I'm like, well, I don't know how I'm going to pay my mortgage. And they were like, well, we're really sorry to hear this, but you have 10 days to do so, or yada, yada. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And that's life. So get your affairs in order, because guess what? No one gives a fuck. I'll tell you that right now. No one gives a fuck. I'm so sorry for your loss. Okay, Howard, when are you paying this bill? I'm like, you know what? So that's that. Anyway, good morning, Carlos. Oh, Jennifer, thank you. Jennifer said, great topic. I'm glad. I know it's probably a bit much for the morning, but it is what it is. I need a more uplifting conversation. Well, I apologize, Ray. I'm sure there are other people on here. There are other shows on the internet right now that are talking about nonsense. So please go right ahead and go there. I get it. As I said earlier, I understand, and I say the things that people don't want to hear. And you know what? I may save your life because of it. So I'll take it. You want to go watch somebody else? Go watch somebody else. Enjoy. The people that are still here with me, God willing, maybe I will save somebody's life by saying this. Baby Hi. I don't know who that is, but hi. I see Baby Hi with hearts, but there's no name there. Rita, I purchased 5 times my salary plus 5 times accidental death and disbursement. Wow. Good for you. The thing I know, I don't know about with the military, but I know with my husband, if he would have died on the job, then then you get better, then you really get taken care of. He used to tell me, he used to joke around and say, if anything ever happens to me, make sure you take me to my job. And I'm like, oh my God, could you imagine? I don't know. I think sometimes people have a sixth sense. You never know, right? Or he was just a jerk. So he kept saying, he would mess with me. Okay. So let me see. Rita, I've had a term life insurance policy that has come to term. Wow, 20 years went fast. Now have to decide to keep it 2,100 per year with increases every year moving forward. So that's the tricky part with the life insurance, right, Rita? Is, my dad had done that as well. And he paid a lot of money into that because after my husband died, everybody got nervous, right? And you put a lot of money into it. And then, like you want to live, right? But when you live, all the money you pay into that is gone because you only get it if somebody only gets it when you die. So it is a crazy thing, right? But it's like car insurance. You spend X amount of dollars a year on car insurance every year, just in case. And when that just in case, God willing, you never have to use it. But when that just in case happens, you're protected, right? Skycap said, this convo does not make me tune out at all. I listen to the concepts you bring on the show, convert them to real life happenings of my own, and use this advice to help me make a plan. You know what, Skycap? I thank you for saying that. And that is the reason why I do say it. I know there are a lot of people that don't want to hear this stuff, and people sit here and they curse each other out, and they do shows cursing each other out. They do shows drinking. They do all sorts of shows that, in my opinion, my brain hurts me when I watch them. But that's okay, because everybody to each his own. I'm like an all-in type of person. I go for substance, and I can't do a show that isn't going to have all that substance. And as I said, I come in hard. And I know that. And for anybody that don't like it hard, don't come to me. You know what I'm saying? Tamara, I didn't want to deal with that cancer or COVID. I have my stuff in order. Good for you. And you should. Let me see. Where am I? Hold on a second. All the comments went crazy because, of course, I was yapping myself up. So, okay, there we go. I'm coming back to you guys. Listen, share out the video, you guys. This might help somebody. So Monica said, I can't get life insurance at a decent price due to my pre-existing conditions. Yeah, and I'm sure that, that is certainly the case, Monica. And you know what? Listen, I don't have it either. I can't do it at this point. But you know what? Again, life insurance is a good thing to have if you're able to get it. That's what I was saying to you guys. If you can't, you can still make sure your affairs are in order. I'm just saying, in terms of, like I would be haunting people. I seriously would. If, God forbid, something happened to me and my son I would lose it. I would come back. I would definitely come back, or I'd be like haunting people's houses, because you can't, like, I would never be able to rest in peace. So you have to get your affairs in order so that you can rest in peace. And God forbid, when you go, you know that everything is going to be taken care of for the ones that you love. And your loved ones also know, hey, I don't want to talk about this stuff, but I know that everything is in order. I've shared you, my darling. I don't know who that is, but thank you so much. Hey, Maria, my girl, how are you? Ray said women can go in deep too. Just some guys cry because it hurts. Well, I'm glad your affairs are in alphabetical order. Yes, Alyssa, I see you, my girl. I didn't see any other comments though. Tamara, I got my plot, casket, and life insurance all paid for. Been paying on it for years. Good for you. When I had all my kids, me and my husband made sure all of the affairs were in order. Good job. Monica, the only affair I can have in order is having a joint account with my son, so the state can take the money, so the state can't take the money away. Okay. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be. All I'm saying is get your affairs in line, however the hell that is, and talk to somebody that knows. I ain't that person. I'm just telling you what I've had to go through, and because I lost my husband so young. Let me see. Stacy, learn from a mentor who knows. Knowing is power. Yes, absolutely. I believe knowledge is power. And again, that's why I come up here and talk to you guys, because whatever knowledge I'm able to pass on to you will just, everything we learn makes us a little bit better every day. So, I'm just trying to pass on, good advice. I'm not saying that I know everything. I'm not saying I have all the answers. I'm just bringing up the topics, and you need to figure out what those answers are, because your answers are not my answers. Jose, good morning. Just saying hello. Have a great day. Okay, sweetie. Let me see who else is here. Giselle, if you have a will, make sure you keep it updated. Things change as time goes on. Right. Like I did say, you can always update it. But as long as you have something, it's better than nothing. Eunice, I was talking about that yesterday, and I'll be saying that long time, and we need to get a life insurance, because if you have kids, you need to make sure your kids are secure in case you're not here. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let me see. Okay, make sure that the will is registered with the court. Okay, there you go. Make sure the will is registered with the court. Yeah, because I guess it depends. Like, I guess even if you have something in writing, if it, it can be contested, right? Gina said, my husband and I both have life insurance policies and annuities. We still yet to do a living will. We still have yet to do a living will. Okay, well, you know what? You have children, so you should. The older you get, the more pricing goes up on insurance, no doubt. Oh, Julie, my drunken housewife. Yeah, people can be ruthless, is absolutely true. Lala, good morning. I see so many GoFundMes for the death of a child. So sad. I purchased Gerber's Life grown-up plans for both of my children, as was done for me, for the never-changing annual premium of $34.98. I have $10,000 on each. Never any questions, health assessments ever. It's something I know you're speaking of us grown-ups, but this is so important also. Thank you, Lala. Absolutely. That's something as well. Listen, it's all important. And I told you guys, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. I'm not saying I know anything one way or another, but I'm just trying to make you guys aware. That's all I'm trying to do. I don't have the answers. Some of you do, but it's a conversation, and it's something that you should be aware of and that you should try to address. I don't care how old you are. It is necessary. Again, more so if you have children, 110%. It was you. Yes, my Julie. I kind of thought so by the verbiage, but I didn't know. But now I see you, my girl. How are you? Monica, there's only so much planning you can do. So many things don't turn out the way you expect them or want them to. Well, yes, but legally, yes, there is planning that you can do because they're legal documents. So, I don't know exactly what you mean by that. Let me see. Hold on a second. Thank you. I see, Alyssa, you tagging everybody. I appreciate it. Oh, hi, Lisa. Okay, Tamara and Alyssa, thank you so much for your help today. I greatly appreciate that. Let me see. Jennifer Jones, I look at life insurance as the very last gift that I will leave my loved ones. There you go. Great way to look at it. Cheryl, good morning, Cheryl Kelly. How are you? Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, Sylvia. How are you? Let me see. Who else is here? Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments. hold on a second. Okay. Susie Q, it is tricky as I changed countries quite a lot, so had to cancel policy so many times. Very interesting. So Susie Q is in the UK. So very interesting. Okay, Rita M. My 80-year-old mom is my primary beneficiary, so she can dole out to kids and no fighting amongst them. I tell her all the time she can't die until I get another primary beneficiary. There you go. But you know what I'm saying, Rita? That's what I was saying, right? When you have your parents, at some point you got to change that because, I mean, God willing, that life goes the way it's supposed to, and you outlive your parents, right? But yeah, it's definitely Orlando, I hope you are well. Okay, let me see. Okay, wait, hold on. I think I got there. I have 10K child coverage through work too, enough to have a ceremony for them. Do you see? Now, not for nothing, but tell me that this isn't painful to think about. I mean, I'm like, my heart just like sunk just thinking about that, right? That you have to make sure that you can bury your kid. I mean, God forbid. But you know what this is what I'm trying to say, guys. And think about the condition, God forbid, you would be in. I mean, I've seen my mother-in-law, my grandmother when my uncle died. I know a lot of people that buried their children, and you never are the same from that, okay? And now think about the fact that now you have to think. How do you think when you can't breathe because part of your soul was just ripped out from you? So this is why it really is important to get your affairs in order. I don't know what to tell you to do. A lot of you on here are prepared, which makes me very happy. And people are able to read your comments. So perhaps they are able to learn more about what to do. But you know what? The internet is a beautiful thing. So you can go on the internet and you can learn. Obviously, make sure these places that you are using are credible, because you don't want to give everybody all of your information and then find out they're a scammer, because don't think that people won't do that. Scamming is at like an all-time high right now because so many people are suffering financially. So please make sure that whatever you do, it's credible. Okay, here we go. Hold on a second. Okay. Rita, my children are adults now with policies all their own, but I retain the 10K on each anyhow. Interesting. See, I don't know about that. You guys got to learn me on that. Okay, here we go. I put my mom on my insurance, but she has hers. Okay. Thanks for bringing the hard truths to think on. You know what? Thank you, Lala. Like I said, I know that this is not an easy conversation, but I just had this conversation with someone yesterday because they are very young and they just found out that they have cancer and that it's spread and the prognosis isn't good. And their main goal is getting their affairs in order, and and doing it immediately, because if their health declines rapidly, they won't be able to. So it is important. The other thing I would like to remind you all, if you have older parents, if God forbid they have to go into a home or something, there is I believe it's a 5-year paper trail. They were saying 3, but I believe it's 5. And what I mean by that is if your parents have any money, they will take it all. So it's heartbreaking that somebody could work their whole life to save money so that they are taken care of when they get older. And they will end up in a nursing home. And let's just say, for argument's sake, that they saved $500,000. The nursing home will eat that $500,000. And then once that $500,000 is done, they will get Medicaid or Medicare, and they will get the exact same care, except that their money that they worked hard for, that they thought they were going to be leaving to their children, that they thought was going to go towards, care. Yeah, it went towards care, but sadly it didn't have to go to care. So people that actually work and save their money get screwed when they have to go into a facility, because they will take whatever you make. So and even with the affairs in order, you still have to give to those companies. I mean, it's terrible to say. I mean, that person gets an income from their pension and it goes straight to Medicare or Medicaid or the facility. It's crazy. They can gift $5,000 to each person per year, and the government can't touch that. No tax liability to do that. Okay. Again, though, if they have a lot of money, $15,000 a year. But you know what? I don't know if that's true, because I remember friends of mine that the father got dementia, and they did the same thing. They gifted, and they came back to my friends and said, you have to give the money back. So again, something to look into for sure. I am not a financial analyst. I don't know anything about these things. I'm just reading what Rita said. I don't know about that stuff. But again, all things to look into, you guys. You need to get your affairs in order. So I'm going to, and oh, wait, I'm not leaving you with that. I want to know who picked up a book yesterday. We said we were going to start. Did anybody read? Did anybody get, I don't care, a page in? Anybody? Bueller. Did anybody start reading yesterday? I want to know. Eunice, did you start reading yesterday? Okay, exactly, Karen Stacy. What they are doing with my mom. As soon as her other siblings puts her in a long-term nursing home, in a matter of days, Medicaid and Medicare is taking all of her money. Yep. Everything. Yep. No. Okay, I'm disappointed. Eunice, today is the day. Rosie, disappointed. Today is the day. Yes, I did. I told you guys that I started. And yesterday, I actually read a good chapter, and I did it over time. I did it a little bit, at one point, then I couldn't concentrate. Then I came back to it. I did a little bit more. And then last night before bed, I did a little bit more. So yes, I did it. So you guys need to get with the program. Enough with this. Let's go. Okay, I'm always reading a good book, girl. Well, Stacy, you missed the show yesterday. We were talking about that, how so many of us don't read. So I put it on out there that I need everybody, we want everybody to start reading, even if it's just a page or two. Just get your head to focus on something, because it's so important. Lala, I don't know, but isn't cold hard cash, the safe, still a good thing? Absolutely. But most people have their money, in the bank or in investments. And there are ways to protect your investments as well. But I mean, the real old school people got it under the mattress. And I mean, yeah, of course, cash is always hard. But, God forbid anybody breaks into your house or, whatever. So I don't, I don't know. I don't have cold hard cash anywhere. So I don't know the answer to that. But yes, Lala, obviously cash is king, but in this day and age, and who knows, because they're trying to get rid of cash altogether. They're claiming because of the virus. They want to get rid of cash so that they can track everything that everybody does. So the plot always thickens. Jennifer, my understanding is you need to have a trust in place if you own property and plan to leave it to your kids so you can help them avoid paying high taxes on the inheritance. Absolutely. Or so that it doesn't get taken away, because they'll take your house too, you know, if you're in a facility. I was reading Playgirl. Oh, you're so funny. I don't care. As long as you read something, it's all good. Moby Dick, whatever, you guys. You're so funny. You mean reading these comments don't actually count? You know what? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It all counts. But I just want you guys to put, listen, I'm doing my best. I am trying really hard. You got to break the old habits and you got to start new good habits. And so it's very difficult, you know, for me in particular. My heart has hurt me for so long that I have to teach my heart how to be happy again. And I'm realizing that. So as I learn, I try to share these things with you and let you know that you are not alone and we all have battles to hurdle. So I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I know this wasn't an easy conversation, but if I helped even one person today, then I am very grateful for that. So please, you guys, get your affairs in order and make sure that, you know, you're protected and your children and your family and your home is protected, or whatever it is, whether it's your cat, whatever, your most prized possession, make sure. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you guys not tomorrow, Monday. Same bat channel, same bat station. Again, go to the Real Talk Coffee Talk group, join the group. Go to the Karen Stacy page, hit that thumbs up, turn your notifications on, and don't forget to go to YouTube and to Twitch and search Real Talk Karen Stacy and hit that subscribe button. Okay, so thank you so much for your support. Remember, you guys, you can share out this video anytime. So if this is something that resonated with you and it helped you, please help others by sharing it. And hopefully it will help them too. That's what I'm here for. I love you guys. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Ciao, ciao.